You want to talk about how his legacy is extended to today? Remember cable news, CNN? Remember headline news, and we'd wait for Van Wright's headline news to give you the sports? That's all it was. Rush comes in, and all of a sudden there's opinions. He changed CNN. He begot Fox News and Newsmax. Hey, by the way, MS Now, you could thank Rush Limbaugh because in a lot of ways he inspired you. How else has he made this country different? What else does Rush Limbaugh's legacy mean today? How is it that 5 years later, he still has an imprint upon this country? I don't know. Let's try podcasts. Podcasts were, I think it was Leo Laporte, grabbed a taped program and put it on his iPod and called it a podcast. That's where the name podcast come from. Do you think we'd have podcasts in spoken word format if it were not for Rush Limbaugh? So Joe Rogan and all the rest of those podcasters, you all owe your craft to Rush Limbaugh. All the talk radio hosts like me, in sports talk, we wouldn't have sports talk if it wasn't for Rush Limbaugh. Rush reinvented talk radio. It gave us the blueprint, and everybody who ever picked up a microphone to talk about the Yankees or the Dallas Cowboys owes a debt of gratitude to Rush Limbaugh. And so does everyone who followed in this genre of news talk, from Glenn Beck to Ben Shapiro to Sean Hannity to Dana Lash to Brian Kilmeade to Jeff Katz, and especially me. We all owe a debt of gratitude and thanks to Rush Limbaugh because he made all of this possible. This isn't an exaggeration, folks. This is directly tied back to Rush Limbaugh's legacy. Now, I've already heard from a couple people on the James River Air text line, 833-804-1140, when I asked how many of you are Rush babies. And I got quite a bit of people that wanted to throw shade his way and were actually saying something pretty awful because they'll just call him controversial. Controversial talk show host Rush Limbaugh. But you know what? Controversy only lasts so long. If he was all about controversy, he wouldn't have lasted 3 decades, and he certainly wouldn't have the legacy that he has today. No, Rush Limbaugh was more than somebody just, quote-unquote, controversial. What he had was a connection with himself and his audience. He had a connection to those of you that were conservative that just felt like you were getting talked down to, talked at.